Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to this session of navigating a government ICT. Basically implementing Rancher Prime for multi-ministry container platforms. Um, uh, with me is Arnold, but we will do some introductions later. Next slide, please, Arnold.
Okay, here it comes.
So the agenda for today is we do a little bit of introduction, who is who and who is Dictu. How did Dictu started with their container platform, the challenges that they have faced, and the situation after 3 years. And the most interesting things or the most fun thing is that what the lessons were learned, what did they encounter in their journey, what did they fix and how did they fix it, and of course what the future will bring for Dictu. Next slide, please. Yes, so introduction. So, skip one forward again, Arnold. Yeah, thank you. So we have Arnold van Vleren. He's a senior platform engineer, but maybe you can introduce yourself better than I can.
I'm Arnold van Vleren. Been doing IT for years. Been working for Dictu for over 16 years now in the government, and been doing different jobs before that: full stack administration, testing, security, hacking, and stuff like that. And a few years ago, I joined the Kubernetes club to build a Kubernetes platform, and that's how I got started. And then that's where I met Jurjen in the end.
Yeah, thank you, Arnold. So my name is Jurien Bloemen. I am a senior pre-sales consultant within SUSE. My responsible is the whole Benelux area, and that's also where Dictu is of course. My experience I was over 12 years a consultant, but at some point I became a SUSE instructor. Now the next logical step was to join SUSE and then became a pre-sales consultant. Dictu is one of my customers, and we work together to make the Rancher platform a success. Next slide, please. So, who's Dictu? It's the Ministry of Economic Affairs and Climate Policy. We call it Dienst ICT Uitvoering or Dictu. It's an ICT provider or an IT provider for ministries in the Netherlands, and the two majors are the Minister of Economic Affairs and Climate Policy.
Yeah, that's correct.
So they have around 14,000 remote working environments. Those are, I think, all in the Netherlands. I guess, I think.
Yeah,
That's correct. So they have to manage 18,000 mobile devices. So telephones, laptops,
tablets.
They have tablets. Well, I'm even forgetting tablets, but yeah, that's also an important part, of course. They have more than 1,600 different applications that they need to manage, and that is all running on about 6,000 different services and appliances where it's running. It's all in the Netherlands, and that is also where some of the challenges come from. What we're going to see. Next slide, please. So one of the biggest challenges they have guideline rules that they need to be compliant. There are a couple of standards here on this page, and most of the European people will know what the ISO standard is, but we also have a GDPR in the Netherlands, and we all do NIST and the National Cybersecurity Center. But one of the things is that there's also something, that's called NORA. Maybe you, Arnold, can explain a little bit what NORA is, because that certification is totally new to me, at least.
Yeah. If you look at it, now when I look at it, the icon is wrong. But the NORA, chances are the Dutch government has guidelines for architecture within the government environments, and we have to uphold those guidelines. And those are pretty strict guidelines for architecture.
Okay. That's cool. So basically, an extra additional standard only applicable for the Netherlands.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, cool. Well, and I guess, we're going to look at how Dictu started. And yeah, could you elaborate a little bit more how Dictu started and what challenges you have faced within
Yeah,
Dictu?
yeah, sure, love to. Well, the first thing what we had to do is change our mindset. Um, we had new customers in a new world, and as a government, you're always one step behind to the edge because edge technology is pretty new. And when you got external people coming in, they always bring new stuff, new edge technologies. And as a government, you want a stable, calm, and manageable environment. So what we had was the old waterfall and OTAP a way of work with development, test, application, and acceptance and production. And every once in a while, we made a few documents, and all of our environments and a lot of our divisions were split up into different silos. So everybody had their own little island and did their own little job, and there wasn't a lot of communication between, except when an application came into production, and then suddenly had to talk between silos, or had a new feature needed because the world outside changed, and then everything had to go through the whole OTAP development street again.
So,
Uh,
so with the silos, you don't mean, for example, the grain silos, but really need the different app or groups within the organizations, like the database group,
yeah,
the storage group, network group, and probably yeah, also the operators of the servers and the systems.
yeah, it applied for the technical groups, the people who really manage that, and also for the applications. Applications didn't speak to each other. Different
Okay,
customers with the same kind of mindset and 90% same functionality in their websites would both build their own website.
okay,
So,
okay.
so it wasn't very efficient. If you had a new CVE vulnerability or something, you had to inform both customers. Both customers had to fix the problem. And because of the OTAP standard, it was pretty slow. So
Yeah.
one of our customers came by and said, "Hey, we can do DevOps." And then Dictu started 5 years ago. It was 5 years ago um, when we had the change of the mindset from traditional development to DevOps, Agile, Scrum, that kind of thinking, and it was put into place, and all the silos went from that to Agile development. And also working together, sharing experiences, sharing technology, using the same repository of information, and that was a ground set for what you probably know for stuff like containers, Kubernetes,
Yeah.
uh, and so it was just waiting until we were grown enough, fully matured, so we could every team would operate at DevOps and would know what CI/CD was, and that was changing the mindset, and that took a little time, but eventually we came there. And what did we have to begin with? Well, one of our customers came by and asked us, can you do something with Kubernetes? Or I want containers. And we have a different appliances and different deliverers like Flexport, Oracle Exadata. We have a private cloud appliance on-prem. We have Oracle ZFS storage, the Oracle Linux brancher nowadays. We have Cisco networking appliances. We have NetApp, a lot of stuff. But one of the biggest problems we had were air gap. And that's where multiple governments and probably a few other companies have an issue. The whole mindset of Kubernetes and connectivity is just pull it from the internet, trust it, get it inside, and it's running. And that's what one of our major gaps, because we don't even have a connectivity through proxy unsecured. So air
Okay.
gap means air gap. If it's on prem, it doesn't talk to the outside.
So
Uh,
there's really no proxy. There's no like intermediate service in between. It's all then air gapped. And if you want some data from the internet to that environment, you basically need an USB stick probably or
um,
something.
yeah, we have software solutions for that, but it's
Okay.
an
Okay.
intermittent, multiple stage solution to get stuff from the outside world to the inside.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
But
correct.
we probably don't go in there because that's
No. That's a security risk.
yeah, yeah.
No, and then we had one customer that really came by and said, "Okay, can you help us? We're running stuff on the Oracle Cloud in this instance, and we want you hosted internally because of the connectivities and their servicing. Their future mindset was servicing multiple internal on-prem other appliances. So they went like, okay, can we run with you on-prem? They already had their own GitLab CI/CD, and they had the knowledge. So what we had to build was an Artifactory with Harbor and Claire for some image scanning. So if it came by, we also scanned the CVEs and reported it to them. Um, we have NetApp, but we didn't have the S3 backup. So we went to Minio and we got the software solution. Been running great for a few years now. And we just started with 3 master servers and a few workers to put all the stuff in. And we tested multiple different platforms, like OpenShift. I know I'm swearing here. OLCNE, Oracle Appliance. We had another one, and also Rancher. Um, and then in 2020, we started with Rancher. COVID hit, and suddenly our customer had to service 17 million Dutch people logging
Okay.
into their Corona Check app
Okay.
on our platform, and we've been running for I think 3 months. So that was a little time shift, and we've grown and learned a lot. And why did we choose Rancher? Uh, we had certain requirements we had to met from technical perspective, and also with state in mind that we're using the old appliances, all the appliances. What we have, we had to use, and our customers had some requirements, and also because of the COVID.
Yeah.
So, and we had to be compliant. Compliance is within government officials. Compliance is a thing for auditing. We have to report once in a while for all those things.
Yeah.
Security is high. Multi-platform support. We're running uh, Cisco with Rancher with FlexPod. Yeah, but we're also running Oracle products on the private cloud appliance from Oracle. So if we had something like the Red Hat solution, um, we would only get support and licensing on the FlexPod with VMware, stuff like that. But they didn't support the Oracle products. Yeah, and
Okay.
Oracle did not support the VMware with a FlexPod product. So we had an increment issue there. And we wanted something to be as close to the cloud native computing foundation as possible. So as close to uh, raw Kubernetes as possible. Um, our management once thought, we can build Kubernetes ourselves. And one of the requirements we had is why do we think we're doing better than somebody else out there? And that's how we came by Rancher. And everything Rancher ticked all the boxes. Uh, no customer of no supplier lock-in, yeah, and
Vendor
also
lock-in.
yeah,
Yeah.
vendor lock-in, yeah, and just great support. Uh, Even with acquisition in the beginning, uh, they came with solutions that helped us set up our proof of concept environment. And every corner we took, yeah, there was great support. And when SUSE bought Rancher, yeah, they just improved it. We've got
Okay,
very good experience with support.
that's good to hear.
Yeah, the challenges we had. First, we started with just plain Rancher, and what we have now is network isolation connectivity. Um, every customer from us has a Cisco virtual environment. It's completely separated and isolated from everything else. We have an F5 Cisco solution. Oh, sorry. And we have local host storage. Those were the challenges we were running, and our customer asked, "How do I get outside world connectivity inside?" So that was a challenge for architects and also technicians. And at first, you're just running with storage. You go like MTDR. Everybody knows about that.
Yeah,
For fun. And then you get by. Okay. Oh, that's ephemeral. Well,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then you really get to know what ephemeral is. Um, what we on the other side for security, we had big challenge with certificates. Everything was done manually. We had to make our own certificates. We had to get them signed. Then you had to copy every certificate to the different appliances, applications wherever it was needed. We
Oh,
did,
so also the CA.
yeah,
Ah, check. Okay.
yeah. And we also had user management. And at first, we just created every user in Rancher and just managed that one until, the project, because of COVID, grew exponentially. And we're like, okay, this has to be done better. So we choose, with our customer and with our architects, we choose for Keycloak on top of Rancher. And so we got an AD server that authorizes, authenticates the users. Yeah, and Keycloak authorizes.
Check.
And we had lifecycle management challenges. Okay, how do we update? How would you update live? And our customer learned from what a pod disruption budget is, uh, because we wanted to drain a node, and the pod just said, "Can't be moved. Sorry," because the customer still had to learn themselves how to use Kubernetes effectively. But by
Hmm.
doing so and being wanted to be high available, they blocked our capabilities of patching lean.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So what we do now is we core them, we drain them, we patch the OS, we check connectivity, we reboot it, we uncore it, and we rebalance, and it's all done automatically by Ansible at this point, and supported by Rancher on top. And
Per-
it's doing great. Uh,
per-
on average, we take about an hour to patch all different nodes of a cluster without any downtime for the customers.
Very cool. Very cool.
Then the first roadblock we hit is just put CPUs and disk I/O and network in the system, and it'll run. And then we hit roadblocks from our own infrastructure for inter appliance connectivity, just from the FlexPod or PCA to the NetApp environment, which
Yeah.
wasn't optimized. So we were in contact with our customer and also with the engineers from those appliances and the network team, and just looking at solutions. Okay, can we isolate the traffic? Can we give it a QoS over other traffic? Can we limit bandwidth to optimize stuff? So that was really cool, and you're learning a lot about Kubernetes in the meantime. And we got great support from Ron Souza in this, helping us identify, uh, yeah, those issues
Yeah.
and getting around them with solutions.
Yeah. And next to the performance, did you also have some challenges on monitoring and logging?
Yeah, definitely. We were blind in the beginning, and then the App Store came with Rancher 2.5, I believe 2.5.3. We started. Um, and what we did first was get the monitoring running with Prometheus, Grafana, and Alert Manager. And then at least we could see the cluster and running. But in the
Yeah.
meantime, our customer requested, we want a different kind of cluster where we can performance test and stuff like that, really different. Okay, so now we have two clusters monitoring independently. So
Hmm.
we created a fix together with you uh, to get all those information, yeah, to a federated central server that can manage every server, and that's
Okay.
the one we're using now. And that's not the federated monitoring you're offering now. That works great, by the way.
Okay.
Oh yeah. The challenge is federated monitoring to central server, and also we combined all the login to Splunk and installing through the App Store the default installation of logging. We can just pipeline everything to Splunk, and it just works out of the box.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And the if you go to the next slide and see, I saw some challenges with working with Dictu customers.
Yeah,
I can imagine that could sometimes be a struggle with everybody have their own opinion and their own way of working. But
yeah, definitely. The first things first: quotas and limits.
yeah,
For fun. Yeah, talking to a customer, why would you limit something? My program just starts. Yeah, um, and the customer really had to learn, and also we as engineers, we knew little about Kubernetes, and we had to learn on the way. Um, and just the issues you can have with an application running inside of the pod and just overloading the pod with CPU or especially with memory and then goes out of memory and then kubelet just snaps it, yeah, and just restarts it. And our customer was just like, what's wrong? And they assigned like 6 gigabytes of memory to the pod because through the
60.
calculation, no, six, just six,
Oh,
six,
six.
six
Oh,
gigabytes,
okay.
yeah. But they forgot the Java application they used, yeah. They assigned XMX to 8 gigabytes. So Java would
Ah,
just go to 8 gigabytes within a heartbeat.
yeah,
And yeah, after a while, Kubelet goes like, yeah, it's all fine and dandy, but you have to go.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And after that, we figured out Java could be configured with a container mindset of heap size percentage. So you get like, okay, give me 80% of the assigned memory you have.
Oh, nice,
So
nice.
yeah, our customer, we learned from our customer, and the customer learned from us. What we also had was CPU throttling. That's something most customers from ours nowadays don't see. But CPU intensive loads with lots of processing tend to have CPU throttling. And what we have now is removed the quotas limits at least for CPU bound stuff, and for production we have fixed. So
Okay.
what you do, you have multiple profiles nowadays, and we set them to like 2000 milli limit and 2000 requested, so that reserves 2 CPUs for that process, and that helps with CPU throttling, so it doesn't occur anymore.
Yeah.
Um, it's due to the kernel cycle within Linux that gets the CPU throttling done. We have pod security policies. We didn't know about those ones, and
Okay.
we learned the hard way when one of our developers changed something on our OS, but informed us luckily. Uh, and we looked into pod security policies and what it means to be unsecure, secure, and for some customers nowadays, we have custom pod security policies in place, and it's all easily managed through the global management from a brancher to the downstream cluster.
But there in the future, there's going to be some work of, well, if you
Yeah,
go to 125,
yeah,
you got a little bit of challenge there.
yeah. We'll get there in the end.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay. I'm going too quick.
Definitely. Yeah. And custom monitoring dashboards running Grafana in this time. We changed through documentation. Uh, we changed everything so customers can make their own dashboards nowadays. In JSON, they just park it in a config map. Grafana picks it up and everybody's happy. And the persistent storage solution we have now. First, we use Longhorn. Um, and Longhorn worked great, but Longhorn is proficient to be secure. So it does, it saves everything 3 times. And the issue we had to have fast storage, not secure storage. And
Yeah.
yeah, and what we have now is Trident from NetApp, and it integrates just beautifully with the Kubernetes cluster from Rancher. Works out of the box with some firewall changes and security issues and stuff like that. But that's what we deliver now at the present time.
Okay, cool.
So finally, we're in control. Yeah, we had to learn, and our customer had to learn, and we had long sessions, late into the hours. And after, at the end of the year, uh, we were finally in control. We have normal working days. We had all the processes and requests, incidents, stuff like that managed.
Basically, you could have some sleep at night.
Yeah. Before that, it was pretty. So now we're 3 years later from the start. We started with one customer and one cluster, and after 3 years, we have more than 30 customers. We have 21 clusters. When I wrote this one, we have more now. We're
Okay.
growing every day. We're getting more popular. A lot of customers see other customers and the benefits of CI/CD, and they need a platform to land on. And they're coming to our cluster. And we have two kinds of flavors. We have a shared cluster for small customers who want to learn everything. Um, and then when they want to get bigger or be more professional, need more resources above a certain threshold, they get a private cluster. And that's fully isolated, fully controlled by the customer itself. We have NetApp Trident for PVCs. Just works out of the box. Automated projects and accounts. We have cluster creation and LCM automated. RKE 1, 2.6 at the current time, yeah. And we're just updating because of the new CV.
Yep.
Minimal OS image with Seccomp, Syscat, and SE Linux based on Oracle Linux in this case, and Red Hat 8. Because of some limitations, we can't use an immutable OS um, be, because of guidelines. And we're still working with our security departments to get waivers for those, so we can finally go to a minimal container optimized OS,
Yeah.
preferably.
Still, again, if you need some help with that, let me know.
Definitely, we'll be in contact. And a collective delivery chain with our SRO department, that's software release support. Um, yeah, and what the future brings, we don't know. It keeps changing. And the biggest change we made with our software delivery company, our department, they helped us to create a fully automated CI/CD for the customer that's safe, and that helps the customer circumvent the air gap situation, because we're air gapped, but also a customer. So what happens? They can pull code from anywhere if it's a registered source. There's procedures for that. What they do, they grab the code, they build it, they put it in GitLab, and first it'll go to a unsecure harbor version where it's scanned, where cosign's working, code scanning, all kinds of nasty and good stuff. If it passes the checks of security, it gets promoted to our secure harbor, and that's the only trusted source our customers can deploy images from on our Rancher platforms using Helm, using Rancher CLI, Kubernetes, YAML, call it. Customers can use anything they want, but we help them with Helm templates and templating for the images.
But actually, this is pretty awesome. This because you were first working in silos, and now you got another department helping you guys or each other to get like yeah, a whole CI/CD pipeline in place for your customers again. So you're breaking down silos basically.
Yeah, yeah, we're breaking down silos, and the customer itself are breaking down silos. They're helping each other spread the knowledge they have. And if somebody builds something like an application for a whole YAML file GitLab for I don't know, Tomcat, yeah, uh,
Yeah,
not everybody's designing that Tomcat. They've learned to ask around. Hey, do you have something for Tomcat? Because I need to build something.
yeah,
And they just share the knowledge and share the infrastructure, and the whole mindset is now infrastructure as code, and that's
that's
pretty
awesome.
strong.
Yeah,
And
that's awesome.
our security department is very happy because auditing's become a lot easier. So lessons learned and what brings the future. That's the biggest question we have. Lesson learned so far. Docker, Rancher, the Longhorn part I already said. The auditing. Um, we've learned a lot in a very short time.
Yeah, we had a discussion about the Docker the other day that it got updated to a version that it was not supported by a support matrix.
Yeah,
So that was one of the issues that you guys faced and had to tackle and go back.
yeah. Definitely. We went to. We didn't notice it, but our Docker version 20 went to 23,
Yeah,
and now we reversed everything, so we're in support again.
cool.
Um, and what we also learned, Rancher is an awesome awesome supplier with very nice people and good support. And our strategy is n minus one. We're not using edge technology. We have a different street, different cluster where we test edge technology and learn from it. But what we need most is choose a product, because there are a lot of products to make a solution for different things. But we have to be stable for our customers, and don't go from the left to the right within seconds. Our customers don't like that. We're a government. We have to be stable for
Yeah,
that one. So lessons learned: communication, spread the language, spread the knowledge, and just keep each other informed and automate everything. And our customer can call us, and we'll help them with technical issues. We even help them with development issues, all kinds of stuff, and we get appreciated for that one. But if we run into problems, we can also ask our customers.
yeah.
And the near future, well, at the end of the year, we want RKE2, so that'll be a lift and shift.
Yeah, so are you waiting for a complete a migration path from Rancher, or are you more planning of putting a new RK2 cluster next to it and then migrate the workload? How
No,
does it work, or what
no,
the plans are right now?
yeah. With migration, it's the same with the OS migration. Uh, it probably would work, but you never know what's left behind of the old configuration. So
Yeah,
what we thought of in contact with you and our customers, we'll just create new clusters with RK2, and we'll give our customers a certain amount of time, to make the migration, just to put a lift and shift. And with GitLab and stuff like that, it's easy.
yeah,
Uh, but our
yeah,
customers have to test it. Maybe something's not working. The same like RKE one. That's experience we still have to get.
yeah,
Yeah. And in the near future, we want to use our NetApp S3 storage. Uh, they had to make different architectural changes due to the NORA that limits some
yeah,
functionality. We're getting there. Integration with Splunk Observability, Elasticsearch, or Dynatrace. We're still waiting for the proof of concepts of that one. And it really depends what our customers want. We're listening to our customers and what they want. If we can manage that one and deliver, we'll do that. And the integration from Rancher is just good. We need a secret fault solution. We're working on that one. Integration with GitLab CI, federated monitoring for shared environment. That's now implemented. Every customer from us with project has their own secure metrics overview and create their own accounts. They can create their own dashboards, and they're working with that. We're looking
Nice.
into no vector for real-time security compliancy, and also checking the signing of certain images.
And is
Uh,
this because the whole pod security policies are stopped that you're now looking into no vector, or was it also other reasons why you're looking into no vector?
Especially customers from us for network compliance, for they want more control over their in and egress routes,
Yeah,
and the whole network stack in Kubernetes is pretty misty,
yeah,
for lack of a better word. And this gives insights, and this gives insights in vulnerabilities with the CV scanning of the OS we're running on, and the
yeah.
configuration we're running on, and also bill of materials for the pod, so our customer can see if there's something running with vulnerabilities, active vulnerabilities at that time.
Cool.
More automation. Every day we're creating something new to automate. We're working on public cloud integration with at least Azure at the moment, but also other government cloud providers.
How does that work with if you're in an air-gapped environment?
Secure stretch networks.
Okay,
We're literally
that's
you.
gonna be a challenge then.
We're literally. I think we're literally buying landlines.
Okay, okay, okay.
Now, a new CNI. We're using Canal at the moment. That worked great, but our customers um, uh, with the new guidelines need new protection. They want end-to-end security, and that's something that Canal does not support at
Yeah,
this time. So we're looking into different other solutions. And make best effort guess at the end.
yeah.
And our Argo CD for Automation Club, the club, the SRO team, that's working with Argo CD to help customers really automate the deployments and keep everything in line with what they want. Then the signing of images with Notary, we're almost there. So as soon as they did all the checks and everything from the customer with CVs and the compliancy regulations and stuff like that is warranted, they get a signing to approve it, and we'll use Cube Warden to check everything. And also for Kubernetes 125 and up, that's a new place to look for security missions, and for allowed FS groups, privilege escalations, verified image signatures, stuff like that.
Okay,
So that'll be a learning curve.
cool.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't take too much time for you.
No, no. I think it was a really interesting story, Arnold. And yeah, I think there are a lot of interesting topics where, yeah, well, I guess people will contact you or me to find more about, yeah, in their situation, how you, yeah, well, tackled those situations, and maybe you have yeah, some ideas about the solutions they could use. But yeah,
Uh,
people are free to contact us
Definitely.
and see, yeah, how we can help them, of course.
Yeah. If you have
So
any questions or remarks regarding Kubernetes solutions we picked, why we picked them, just contact us, and I'll get back to you.
yeah. Thank you, Arnold. And yeah, well, also have another still, well, the digital SUSECON is still running. So please check out also the other sessions and, well, maybe see each other in the future again.
Yeah. And I wish everybody have a great day.
Have a great day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.